Hey folks, welcome to this short video to help you get started on your company profile. By now you have chosen the company that you're going to profile, so I wanted to give you a little example of how we should complete this document. So you have received this company profile, which looks like this, and you can drag this, you can bring this into Notability or whatever. It's a PDF. What I'm trying to show with these little V's is the color of your response so that you can see that it will stand out. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So down below uh, is a little bit of more of a picture of my profile or the start of my profile. I'm doing IBM right here, which is International Business Machines. So let's see how that comes about. First part in the top is the company name and ticker symbol, then general information, then a little bit more information about performance, some other companies, and then an article link. So let me show you how all that stuff gets put together. Let's first go to finance.yahoo.com, and once you get to that main page, you're going to type in the ticker symbol for your company. So for example, let's say you are doing Chipotle Mexican Grill. So Chipotle Mexican Grill is CMG. I just happen to know that. And if I click on that, I get this opening page. This is called the summary page right here. And for mine, I'm going to use IBM. So it's important that you know your ticker symbol. I know mine is IBM. So I'm going to go to IBM. All right. The answer to the first section is all right here. So I'm just going to explain that real quickly. Market capitalization, if you multiply the share price by all of the shares, so multiply 145.97 times all outstanding shares, you will get what this company is worth right here. That's how much they're worth in dollars in the market. $133 billion. That's what International Business Machines is worth. So what I'm going to do now is, just so we've seen that, I'm going to kind of slide this over, and I'm going to open up my document again, and we'll be able to do this in a bit of a side-by-side comparison. All right, so I'm going to do this. Just give me a second here. Now we've got my, I'll make a set, move this down to, I think I'm fine. I'm fine. All right. I'll slide this in just a bit. Okay. So as you can see from my picture here, I have International Business Machines, and I have this summary, and it shows a lot of the information that I'm looking for here. For example, what's the name of the company? There it is, International Business Machines Corporation. We have a ticker of IBM. The market capitalization can be rounded to the millions or billions, so my market cap is 133 billion. The share price is 146. Again, I've just rounded that to 146. Of course, it looks like after hours it actually went down to 145, so whatever. All right, the 52-week range, which is important for us to see some volatility in this one. I'm going to go down just a bit over here to the bottom. The 52-week range is reported right here. Once again, I just round to the dollars. And the beta is a number that is typically a decimal around the number 1 somewhere. It should be a decimal. Normally, this is a positive number. And then the 1-year target estimate is located down here. And this shows what they estimate. This is not guaranteed, but it does estimate where this particular stock should sit somewhere during the next 12 months. And finally, over here, we've got the average share volume. That's how many shares were bought and sold each day. So 4.2 million shares bought and sold every day. That takes care of the top part, which is general information. You should find that all in the summary page. Now the next part's a little bit trickier, but not too bad. We're looking for 5-year dividend and performance summary. So in that case, I'm going to click on this interactive chart. And as you can see here, that it's kind of a busy looking chart. But I want you to click up here at the top where it says 5-year. Now on the iPad Pro, it might have a little bit different way to look this over, but I think you should be able to get the 5-year to come in. So notice here, we're in 2018, and if you go all the way back, this is 2013. So this is 5 years worth of data. So this checks out for me. Up on the top here, this is called MA, moving average. This is the average share price for every 50 days. And you can see what, as the market goes up and down, then this trailing average shows you what it is trending for IBM. And that's the first thing that's important to see. The second thing you'll notice is at the bottom you have a bunch of D's, which are dividends. That is $1.57 per share, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50 per share, $1.40, and has come all the way up from 95 cents. So as we can see in this data here for over the last 5 years, IBM's dividends have gone up from about $1 at 95 cents here to about $1.57 or $1.60 or so. So that's a good thing if a company's giving more dividends per share. That means stability. That's what that means. For one thing, it didn't stop giving dividends. It didn't just start up and stop and all of that. Okay, something on a little bit on the negative is that this price has been going down, but oftentimes you'll see that people buy stock when it is trading. This is a trade line right here. It's trading below its moving average. And that means that this is a stock that its moving average is a little bit higher, and right now it's a little bit down. So there might be some reasons for that. So let's see what I wrote here as my summary. I wrote quarterly dividends have consistently increased. So you can see the dividends here. They have consistently increased. There have been no, from 95 cents to $1.50 plus. The price has dropped significantly and is currently trading below the 50-day moving average. So very simple summary of this page. No splits have been reported in the last 5 years. A split will be reported down here as an S. So you should click on that S to see what it says. All right, and then just report that split. For example, you might say a 2/1 split. So that means where the shares have split 2 by 2. We'll talk more about what that all means as time goes on, but all you're doing is summarizing this page right here. Okay. Now, for the next part, it says name 2 other companies, including tickers, in the same sector and classification. Now, where did I get this information right here? Well, what I actually did is I went to Google and I typed in stocks or companies that are in the same, here, I'll show you exactly what I typed in so you can see it. Companies in the same sector as IBM. Okay, and when I did that, I get this one. This is one of the first hits you're going to get, and it's a great one. NASDAQ.com. This is an excellent one. NASDAQ has the comparison right there. You'll notice that IBM is directly compared with GE. Now, you don't have to cite GE. You can if you want, but you don't have to cite GE. Instead, you can look down here. These are all companies within the same sector. I've chosen to use Hewlett-Packard and Dell because I felt that Hewlett-Packard and Dell are the 2 that pretty much closely mimic what you're going to see in IBM. Now notice that Apple has a higher market value at $1 billion, and so these 2, I would say HPQ and Dell probably are closer to IBM in their actual portfolios. So that's why I chose them. I put them in there with their tickers that I found right here in this list, and then moved on from there. All right, so that should take care of the first half of your company profile. Now let's go to the second half, which is some articles. So once you get into this, oops, sorry, I'm going to go back. I'm going to click the back button to get me back to the summary page, which is here. I'm going to scroll down below the video to look at some articles. Now be careful. If it says sponsored, please do not click on it. Those are not articles about this particular one. I see 3 dividend stocks that pay you more than IBM. Oh, that might be interesting, but I'm kind of more interested in IBM, so that would be a good one to read to see if you still believe in some IBM stuff. Maybe not. I actually chose this one down here. IBM stock price could rise due to increasing competitive advantage. So when I clicked on this, I brought up that right here in the top, that URL, and I pasted that right here in my finance. Okay, I didn't put the HTTPS, but I put the rest of it in there. Good enough. Then I read the article, and make sure you do this, please. This is so important that I read the article. And after I read the article, which goes down a little ways here, and then be careful, this is like Facebook. You know, if you keep reading, it's going to keep going into more articles. So notice that the article has stopped here. Yeah, so it's important that you realize that you don't have to keep reading or you'll be here all day. So here's my article. I read it through, and this is the important thing. I closed this out. And in my own words, this is what I wrote. This article discussed how IBM is consistently in front of the expectations and has a record of positive growth, etc. Okay, the one term that stuck out in my mind in the article was blockchain. I don't even know what blockchain means, but they're talking about infrastructure programming and blockchain and other applications maybe. So I put that in. This is the only thing that I remember as terminology, but the rest of it is just my reaction to the article. So keep that in mind. I'm looking for your own words. Please don't cut and paste from the article. Please don't write things down that are just a repeat of what the article said. In your own words, tell me a little bit about the article and how you reacted to it. Now, this is important because you don't really have to put your reaction here. You can put the conclusion down here in red. Notice this is all in red. So I might write at the end, IBM, you know, is a good company, like that sort of thing. Type in what I feel from my investigation of this company profile. Notice up in here, I'm looking at a lot of different things and a lot of different variables to make my decision on whether or not I might take a chance and purchase some IBM stock. That's kind of the idea here. Well, I hope this video has helped a little bit in understanding a little bit more about the companies that you're going to be looking into. In this particular case, I'm going with IBM, and I hope you decide to have some companies that you're interested in so that you can view a little bit about them as well. All right, hope that helped, and good luck with your little writing project. All right.